What up? What up? Yo, so we're gonna do this one like this. Um, so if you find yourself in a position with Schneider and that truck note is whooping your ass. Now listen, I don't know what kind of money you used to getting. If you coming from off the street or you coming from being a company driver and you coming from making 500 to $700 a week, hell, maybe even 13 if you lucky. You making 1,300, I think Old Dominion, maybe Walmart paying decent. But if you coming off of making $1,300 a week, that's probably the top dollar right now, I would believe, as a company driver. So if you coming off of making that kind of bread and you coming to Schneider and now you seeing, 2,000, maybe 2,500, that may seem like a win for you. All that I can admonish you to do is to stay in your lane. Don't make the extra money and decide you want to go and live the extra money life. You know what I'm saying? Because a millionaire can't have $1 million bills. You won't be a millionaire too long. So live way beyond, under your means, not beyond. And so if you find yourself in a position to where you start thinking about that extra $1,000 that's coming out your pocket, you may find yourself in a better position to where now you can go and buy your own truck or get it financed through someone where you can get that payment lowered tremendously. The win with dealing with the lease purchase deal is if you do make it out of it, you figure after the first, I guess you go for like 3 years. So after that first 3 years, you may only owe like $50,000 on a 3-year-old truck that has probably 300,000 miles on it. So you still within the warranty of 500,000 and you only owe 50. Now you can get that refinanced and, then you good. You can get it refinanced, and now you looking at maybe instead of 1,000 a week, you may be at 1,000 a month. So that's a win. That's a win. So I'm in a position where I have another truck, and this other truck that I have, I only spend 500 a month for that truck, not 1,000 a week. And so when we look at it like that, then it's like, what the hell am I doing? Because the rates are not up, and the goal was to drive this and to put a driver in the other truck and then just, go on and rock out from there. Okay? All right, so this is where we at. That ain't happening because the rates ain't went up out here, man. It's still hard out here. You know what I mean? And so, if you plan on giving the truck back, I just want to walk you through the process of what you can expect to happen. And so that you are aware and you ready for it. You know what I'm saying? Some of the things I had to find out, Schneider didn't necessarily tell me until I went through it. And then they're like, oh, yeah, well, this is how this working at. You know what I'm saying? So when you get ready to, it says a no walk away lease. You can walk away from whatever the hell you want to walk away, you know what I'm saying, from. You know what I mean? You got 2 legs, right? They don't control your damn legs. You can walk away from whatever you want to walk away from. All right. So boom. So what you do is you tell them, I don't want the truck no more. And then what I would tell you is, do not go take their joint and just drop it at your cousin's house, at Pookie and them house. Ray and Skillet is behind Ray and Skillet house or behind the bandos. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Because then it's just bad business. They're going to add and add. It's going to be higher and higher. Relocation fee and all that. Don't even drop it. If you picked it up in Charlotte terminal, or if you picked it up in Atlanta terminal, or if you picked it up in West Memphis, Arkansas terminal, that's where you got that truck from. That's where you close the deal. That's where you pick that truck up from. Take it back there. Please, I admonish you to do that because they're going to tax the hell out you. I forgot what that ticket was. Then I know the termination fee for walking away from it is 7 bands. Don't let that freak you out though. Hold up. Then you got the reconditioning fee, which is I think like maybe 500. That's just for them to go in and clean it. It's all BS, man. And then of course, if you got any damage to the truck or whatever, they're gonna tally that up. Now here's the thing that they don't tell you. After you turn that truck in, you may go, because I did it. I had a 2015. Then I'm like, man, bump this. I went and bought my own truck. You know what I'm saying? And that's when I had, you know what I'm saying, my own truck. Well, I still have it. And I turned their joint in. Like, after I turned it in, maybe like 2 months later, I got an email or something like that saying, hey, here go the itemized list of what you owe us. I think it came up to like maybe 8,000. So it was small, but I imagine it's probably higher now because they starting at 7 as far as what they charge. They're just trying to deter people from getting in these trucks and just turning them back in. But man, you got to do a whole lot of humping. You got to do some serious riding to make this work. Okay. All right, boom. So you turn it in. They're gonna send you a letter about maybe, let's say 2 months, 60 days later, saying, hey, this is what you owe us. This is and it's an itemized list of how they breaking it down. Conditioning fee 500, relocation fee is walking away from terminating the lease early 7,000. So let's say it come up to about, let's say 10 bands. Now what they're gonna do is they're gonna give you an option. You're gonna have options. You could either, I believe, pay it all in one lump for a nominal fee, it will be a reduced fee, or you can pay it in increments out of your settlement, okay? Or just out of a bank account or, call in or something like that. The option I chose was to get it knocked down as much as possible outside of paying it all in one lump, which was I can make payments, a higher payment weekly, and pay 50% of what that total was. So if it was at 10,000, because I chose to pay, let's say it was $150 or $200 a week out of my settlement, they then said, okay, well, since you're going to pay this higher amount weekly, we will lower the 10 down to 5, which is 50% cut, 50% discount off of what you owe. Okay, that's how it works. That's how that works. And so, that's what you can do. And so you won't owe $10,000. Okay, and you just walk away from it. Now you could also tell them, man, bump you, dog. Get it like Tyson got the belt. Okay, you ain't taking nothing out of my settlement, and I ain't paying you. Then they're going to be like, okay, they just going to hit your credit with it. Now, they got companies out here that you'll still owe their debt, but they'll fight it, and they can inevitably get it off your credit. There's a lot of places out here that does that. I know of one place in particular, but you can look up places that help you build your credit up. And all they do, it's just a paper game. All they do is just keep filing. Where these companies, let's say you owe Schneider 10 bands, because they're going after the full fare if they got to go through all this. You owe Schneider 10 bands, and Schneider reports it to the credit bureau. Okay, you don't want that on your credit. So you call ABC Credit Help, which is a fake thing. ABC Credit Help, and then ABC Credit Help, all they do is send out letters to Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian, the 3, credit bureaus, and say, hey, we disputing this, prove it's him, basically. And then Schneider would have X amount of time to respond and prove, and they can keep doing this. And it's like computer generated, so they can't keep up. And eventually, they're not going to meet the deadline. And when they don't meet the deadline, it comes off your credit. Now, you still owe it, but it's going to come off your credit. So if it's not being reported to the credit, it's like, whatever, So at that time, your phone going to start ringing like a mug. and don't answer it, you know, because if you say, yeah, it's me, yeah, I owe that debt, then they got a right to go back and try to file it again. So that's helped my credit out a lot. Now, I mean, again, this is a wonderful truck, man. The 2020 Cascadia Freightliner Evolution, I think it is, or Evolution. It is a wonderful truck, by far the best, but it's ultra sensitive. You will lose your contract if you don't have a DBO or whatever they call it, ICA, somebody that's in your corner and looking out for you. And even then, there's only so much that they can do, because if you get these stability controls like all the time, you know, I mean, it's gonna be bad for you. But it's just ultra sensitive, man. I've never gotten so many stability controls in my whole career with Schneider than when I got in this. I've had more in 1 year, with not even a whole year in this truck. I've probably been in this truck for 6 months. I've had more stability controls in this truck in 6 months than I have in my whole 6-year career with Schneider. So that should say something. How sensitive it is. So just be prepared for that. But hey, man, if it works for you, like I said, if I didn't have another truck, that's gonna save me money, it ain't this. It's a far cry from this. You talking about a 2011 Columbia, Freightliner Columbia, a real true freight shaker, compared to this. It's like going back to the Pinto versus the Cadillac, But it is what it is, man. It's about the money for me. I'll deal with the comfort, and then also I don't plan on driving trucks for the rest of my life. I'm sorry. I'm getting tired, man. Hey, this will beat your ass up. You're away from home and family. Sometimes you may be out here having sucker attacks about what old girl doing back in the house. Jody backdooring your ass. I mean, you gotta be, it's rough, man. It's rough, When nature calls, nature calls. Man, I can't tell you how many times I had to be out there with the lions, tigers, and bears. Oh my. Yeah, it's real. Pissing in jugs. It's real out here, man. But I just, I would admonish you guys to, be happy in what you're doing. No, normally you will succeed in something that you're happy with, and that you love to do. I love driving trucks, but I love my freedom and my life and my children a little bit more. And I know I have to provide, and this has provided me a way for that. However, I want to have my cake and eat it too. Which one of us would not want to be able to make the kind of money that you can make in trucking, be it 6 figures or beyond, but you don't have to get in the truck. You can be on a beach somewhere, just looking at a computer and counting your money, or you could be at home with your kids, changing a diaper or something, man, and not have to be out here fighting traffic and dealing with low boards or whatever it is you into. Or shipments canceling, and you just ain't got to deal with that. You can be at home. This is what I call leisure money. And at the end of the day, it's one thing to work because you want to. It's another to have to work because you have to. So I just want to get to the point where I'm working because I want to. I do this because I want to, not because I have to. And right now, it's a good combination of both. It's more like 70-30. 70% of me is doing this because I have to. 30% is like, because I want to. But, it used to be 100% because I want to. I just want to do it. The love was there. I mean, I guess it's still because you have to, because you got to make money. So let's not deny that. Let's not be stupid here. But once that have to kind of really, really sets in, it starts not being fun anymore, man. And I just want leisure. If it's real estate, e-commerce business, even trucking, but I'm not sitting in the damn truck. I'm somewhere like the Schneider family, somewhere just chilling in the Bahamas, just counting money. That's what I'm trying to do, man. You know, it's levels to this, man. It's levels to this. So you know, that's just it, man. That's just it. That's where I'm at with it. So you can turn this truck in, man. You know, don't let them scare you. It's gonna start off at 7 grand no matter what. You turn it in crispy clean just the way you got it. It's gonna be 7 bands and that's it. And they're gonna end up coming at you, you know, just pay X amount and just go 50% with them. You only gonna pay back 3,500. Okay, and you can be done with it in no time. Or again, you can tell them, hey, get it like Tyson got the belt. I'm not giving you nothing. Okay, they'll okay. They'll put it on your credit and you can get that fault, whatever. You still owe it, but you know you ain't gotta pay it if you don't want to. I was just talking to somebody, man. There's ways around that. They got man, all kind of little slick stuff, man. They doing out here with people talking about lines of credit and or credit lines where you get something on your credit and make your credit look good. I don't know if it's illegal or not. I don't know, man. But I was hearing all kind of stuff, man. I don't know. Hey, I'm not telling anybody out here to go do something illegal, man. You know what I'm saying? At all. I don't know. I heard about it. It sounds shaky to me. So I was like, you know, I ain't no dummy. And then it got something where you get like I forget what it's called, but some kind of other number that's like almost like having a social security number, and then they hit you with like a line of credit, like some kind of credit line where it make you look like you got good credit or something. Then you go and do what you need to do out here. But I don't know if it's illegal. So again, man, you know, you watching this, man, you look into all that. Look, I ain't telling you to do it. I'm just saying something that hit me. Like if you got bad credit, it was something to do. But I know what is legal is going to these credit companies that help you, you know, build your credit, and they can, you know, fight and get stuff off your credit if that's what you choose to do. I'm doing it currently. Like, what does it hurt? And I think it's like $35 or $40 a month or something like that. And they help you get like a lot of stuff off your credit. They're definitely good with getting hospital bills off, stuff like that. Even like AT&T, if you got a Sprint bill that you ain't paid, you know, stuff like that, man, you can get it off. The things that probably is not going nowhere is like if you got student loans, like that ain't going no. Good luck with that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why. I guess that's dealing with the federal government. You know, with your loans and stuff like that. That ain't going nowhere. So, but all in all, getting back to the topic, I have seriously been contemplating, you know, getting getting this load. I mean, getting this load. I'm up here looking at email. Getting this truck, giving it back, and getting back in my home. Been thinking about it, but I'm not sure whether I'm gonna do it or not. But if you do so decide to do it, I'm here to tell you you can, and you know this is the way it's done, and that's what you can pretty much expect. But get your money out here, y'all. Stay safe, and I'll holler at y'all next time. We 18 minutes in, but I'm out.